Good Saturday morning, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing premium meteorology for the Northern Atlantic region 24 hours a day on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith, and this is the daily video forecast discussion, especially for the Northern Mid-Atlantic over the next several days. This is the Saturday edition here on the 9th of May, 2020, and we find our good friend here, Chilly Willy. He's got the fireplace going, and he's got those papers coming out of that book to burn them away. You're going to need the fireplace in points of the area today, and we'll tell you why. We have some freeze warnings out there this morning, especially in northwestern New Jersey. They will expire at around 9 o'clock or so this morning, and everything else in the purple is for freeze warnings for tonight into tomorrow morning, especially over northwestern New Jersey, the lower Hudson Valley, interior Connecticut, and northeastern Pennsylvania, extending all the way down through the Virginias. And just slight of this is frost advisories here in the I-95 corridor down through Columbia and Washington, D.C. for later tonight and tomorrow morning. And we have some small craft advisories on the north shore of Long Island, south shore of southern Connecticut, the south shore of Long Island Sound, and the New Jersey coastal waters all the way down through the Delaware Bay. Well, early this morning at 6 a.m., it's quite chilly here. We've got temperatures below freezing across these areas where the freeze warning is in effect until 9 o'clock this morning. Other temperatures are in the low to mid-30s across the region as a strong polar cold front came through last night, and there was some snow here in the Poconos too. We might get to that in a moment. Let's see. And as the sun gets going today, we're already finding wind gusts here in the 20s and upper 20s, even 30 miles an hour. And some of these winds could bring down some power lines and trees during this afternoon as the sun really gets going and starts to mix over the atmosphere. With those winds this morning, it actually feels like temperatures are in the low to mid 20s and even in the upper teens. It feels like at high point it's like 12 degrees this morning here in Sparta. It feels like 18 right now. Here in Parsippany, or Morristown, actually, it feels like 24. So this is very cold air coming in for today. Minimum temperatures this morning were generally below freezing here. 25 here at High Point, 28 degrees at Sandy Stawn, 28 degrees at Loch Lomond here in northwestern New Jersey, and also in the Poconos it felt like it was 21. Actually, it was 21 degrees in Mount Pocono Mountains at the municipal airport this morning. Other temperatures were generally in the low to the mid-20s here in northeastern Pennsylvania, the low to mid-30s just about everywhere else. And the warmer spots here were in southern New Jersey at Cape May Harbor here at 39 this morning, and that was the minimum temperature. Maximum wind gusts this hour at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, already approaching 45 miles per hour here at Sandy Hook. Out over the ocean here at the buoy here at 47 miles per hour, right along the coast here in Toms River and Barnegat Bay at 47 miles per hour. So the winds are really starting to crank here. Atlantic City here at 50 mile per hour wind gust here, and Cape May Harbor gusting to 53 this morning. 24-hour temperature change, we're finding temperatures at 10, 15, even 17 degrees below where they were at this time yesterday. Cold air advection working in. Storm Prediction Center's mesoscale analysis here of the RAP model guidance this morning. Look at all this wind here at 850 millibars, about 5,000 feet here at 40, 45, 50 knots here getting in. And look at these temperatures at 5,000 feet, negative 10 across northeastern New Jersey. Northwestern New Jersey is now at negative 11 this morning. And you can see back here through the Great Lakes at negative 12 and negative 14. All of this is a northwest flow. And that means that, we're going to see some changes here in our temperature profiles as the thermals get going, as the atmosphere begins to increase in insulation and mixing throughout the day. So the wind gusts are going to start howling in, as they're already starting to do, as we showed you early this morning, and the sun's just coming up and out here on the horizon. And we've got some downwind lake effect showers or snow showers here. This is all probably snow showers here. There's a big storm system now off the southern New England coast, and high pressure building in southwest here. Northwest flow for today, very windy and chilly conditions, and the sunshine from this morning is going to give way to stratocumulus clouds and instability with some of these showers Snow showers or even rain showers making their way south here into northeastern Pennsylvania, the Hudson River Valley, Connecticut, and northwestern New Jersey. I want to take a look at the low-level lapse rates here for the surface up to about 3 kilometers. And this morning, the air is pretty unstable here across the Great Lakes, southern New England, Canada, and parts of New York State. If we move this over into the next 6 hours, you can see -8, -5, -9 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet. It's a very unstable air mass here. And as a result of that, that is where the snow plumes and snow showers are probably going to be headed. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if some areas in New York and northeastern Pennsylvania see some of these snowflakes into the air. New Jersey CoCoRaHS reports are not available this Saturday morning as of this broadcast, but I can tell you we've had about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rain here in northwestern New Jersey, and about 1/2 inch here in the city, and maybe 3/4 to 1/2 inch across the lower Hudson Valley here. Less as you went further south, especially right along the immediate coast. National real-time temperatures at 6 a.m. this morning. It's cold across southeastern Canada, the northern Great Lakes, the Ohio River Valley here into parts of the Appalachians, and northeastern and northwestern New Jersey, and the northern mid-Atlantic with temperatures in the 30s. It's in the 60s here in southern Florida this morning. It reached into the hundreds yesterday in Mexico and parts of California, interior California, so this looks good. I don't know what this is. This box shows up all the time. Let's take a look at the 24-hour temperature change. Well, let's take a look at the wind chill. We can pull this up here. The wind chill values this morning at around 6 a.m. make it feel like it's in the teens and 20s here in New Jersey, the northern mid-Atlantic area, the Ohio River Valley, all the way into the northeast and the Great Lakes, and of course much chillier. Feels like it's in the single digits here across Hudson's Bay, Canada, and southeastern Canada here into Quebec and Toronto. Feels like it's in the 60s in Florida this morning, and of course no changes here in the desert southwest and into the interior portions of California and the west coast. 24-hour temperature changes through 10Z this morning, 6 a.m. Look how much it's cooled down here across Texas and the Mississippi River Valley into the Ohio Tennessee River Valley here into the northeast. It's warmed here a little bit in the northern plains, and of course it's minored out here in the western United States. National weather hazards on this Saturday. Of course, the main story is the freeze warnings here through New York and Connecticut, southern New England, northwestern New Jersey, the Poconos, into a large chunk of Pennsylvania, all the way down to portions of Tennessee here, back through the Ohio River Valley and back to the Great Lakes region here. Also across southern areas of South Dakota and Nebraska here. And this area here is wind advisories here for North Dakota and South Dakota. And we have a little bit of flooding here. That's flood watches here in effect in very extreme southern Texas. We'll show you that in a moment. And of course, we have some red flag warnings here in Colorado and northern and western New Mexico, here Arizona here, and some heat advisories here in California. And there's a little bit of flood watch, or I think this is a flood watch here, across coastal regions of central California for today. National high temperatures for today on Saturday, the 9th of May, is going to be in the 40s and 50s here across northern New Jersey, which is well below normal. We should be around 69, 70, 75, 72 degrees. The heat continues in southern Florida, southern mid-Atlantic here, also into the southern plains here into Texas, and again, once again in this area here, with temperatures in California, Arizona, and Mexico, which is again not showing up, but these temperatures here will climb right back up into the hundreds once again. Other things to note today, the convective outlook here across the upper Midwest here. There's a slight chance for thunderstorms in this area and across the desert Southwest, which is going to be elevated. And it looks like those isolated showers and thunderstorms across New Mexico and Arizona will be isolated dry thunderstorms. We call them thermals, and an elevated risk for fire danger here across the Central Plains into New Mexico as well for today. And if you have allergies, you're going to continue to suffer. Yesterday was on the medium to high side with the winds today, 7.8, that's medium to high, and tomorrow Again, with all the sunshine, diminishing winds, everything is going to be on the high side at 9.7. It's oaks, birch, maple at this point, and the 5-day forecast. 5-day forecast is coming up, and the 5-day forecast for the region is going to show that today is on the high side, tomorrow 9.7, moderate to high through the rest of the week through Wednesday. Allergy medication is a must. High resolution rapid refresh model. We start out today with sunny skies this morning, then the sun gets mixing in the atmosphere, and all that cold air advection now moving through Kingston and Barrie and Toronto and Buffalo, heads southeast through Pennsylvania, north of New Jersey, central in New Jersey. And this is where the cloud cover will be, and probably even some spokes of showers coming through this area during the afternoon and evening hours, as the atmosphere will become very unstable, as we showed you with the 850 millibar and the upper level, mid-level, and upper level lapse rates across the area. Things will quiet down tonight under clear skies and calming winds. Things are quiet this morning out there. They're windy, that's for sure. And here comes the spokes of precipitation now, and these could get into northeastern New Jersey. This is convective in nature because of the atmosphere that is so cold aloft, and the sunshine will be destabilizing the atmosphere throughout the early morning, mid-morning, and late afternoon hours. So don't be surprised if you see some snowflakes or snow flurries in the air, or even some wet rain graupel in the air, or even some shower activity in the air. The model guidance is indicating that this is going to likely happen as a mid-level trough passes through the area, then skies clear out tonight. Convective available potential energy, while it's light, it's still showing up this afternoon across the Hudson River Valley, northeastern New Jersey, basically the northeastern United States. And, if you're dealing with even 500 joules per kilogram here, or even less than that, maybe 300 joules per kilogram in a cold atmosphere, you could definitely get some of these convective showers or wet graupel or snowflakes to fall into the area, into the air, but none of this will accumulate on the ground. Take a look at the high temperatures for today in the New Jersey, New York, I-Philadelphia, I-95 corridor. For today, it's chilly, upper 30s, low and mid 40s across the region. Tomorrow, we rebound with a westerly flow back into the 60s in most places. We'll cool down a little bit with the next frontal system coming into the area on Monday with some showers, and that will bring temperatures down from the 50s into around 60 degrees. And then that cool air spreads over the region on Tuesday with temperatures back into the mid-50s to around 60 across the region. We will rebound again on Wednesday with temperatures around 60. These are all still below normal by about 10 degrees. Get it closer to normal here on Thursday with temperatures in the mid to the upper 60s, around 70 in a few spots, and then we go above normal again by next Friday. So you're going to have to wait till the end of next week, or this week coming up for temperatures back to normal. We're at some record low temperatures this morning across the area. Record low temperature in Trenton, New Jersey, 36 on Friday, May 8th. This breaks the old record of 37, set back in 1947. Here we had a low temperature record at Reading, Pennsylvania this morning at 34. That breaks the old record for the date or ties the record for 34 back in 1976, 1947, and 1898. Let's see, go back one more here. We have another record here. Already reached at Mount Pocono. This is a record. Reached 24 degrees this morning, and this breaks the old record of 26 set back in 1976 and 1947. See some other temperature records this morning. Light snow was observed at Central Park, New York today, and this ties the old record for the last time it snowed in Central Park in 1977. We mentioned this yesterday, so that's pretty impressive to see in the air. And we had a record low temperature. We had some snow also observed in Newark today. This ties the old record of the snow that came down on this date back in 1977. Of course, some of these record low temperatures may not be met today, but some of them have been already that were, as the sun's coming up, we're getting reports in right now. And for tomorrow on May 10th, these will be the record low temperatures, 28, 29, 26 here in Mount Pocono, 24. And these are the years here, so we'll be monitoring this tomorrow morning. Off to the European model guidance we go. Here's our showers and thunderstorms across the Gulf and parts of Mexico here. into the southeast around Louisiana, southern Florida here as that low progresses. And that cold front is just like stuck there. So it's going to be a wet day in central and southern Florida. That gets out of here tomorrow, Mother's Day. Actually, tomorrow is the 10th, which is Mother's Day. So tomorrow is going to be pretty wet here in southern Florida. And also across the Ohio River Valley area with the snaking shortwave and the polar jet here. That gets through the northern mid-Atlantic with some rain here on Monday as that low moves off the New England coast. Other than that, we have a front range system here coming out of the plains that could bring some snow and rain, mostly rain across the central plains. There's a new storm system coming into the northwestern coast of the United States, and as we head through the week, it's just going to be active pattern going forward, but a warming trend here in the northern mid-Atlantic states with high pressure basically in control, and we have to wait for the next warm front to come in on Thursday and the next cold front to come in probably during Friday and Friday night, Saturday morning. Then another warm front advection coming in through the central plains, the Ohio River Valley area with lots of rain showers around the region, spattered here and there, smattering here and there on 17th and 18th. And a pretty wet pattern as the cold front and low moves off the coast next Monday, the 18th. And a new storm system coming in with, again, rain and snow in the higher elevations of the western United States. And yes, it will continue to be somewhat wet here across portions of the desert south, well, across portions of Mexico from time to time during this week coming up. Finally, here's our cold air at 500 millibar pattern here. That scoots out, and we get into more of a northerly westerly flow here eventually. But it's still going to be quite chilly with our upper troughing here in the northeast in Canada and spokes of vorticity finally getting out of here by the time we get to Wednesday. And we notice that the heights are rising. We have more zonal flow here. Heights begin to warm at the 500 millibar level across the central and eastern United States. And it looks like that trend is going to continue right into next weekend. Could have another cold front passing through here next Sunday night and Monday, but that looks to be a lot minored out compared to what this looks like now. Yeah, so this and this, quite a big difference. And a new storm system coming in with more troughing here across the western United States and more ridging across the central plains, central southern Canada, and eventually this ridge here access will then once again progress to the east coast as the trough off the west coast pushes the ridge further to the east. So, you know, a little downsloping here next Sunday and Monday, but after that, things go back to warmer than normal. So keep those fires burning here, just like Chilly Willy's doing today. It's going to be a windy and chilly day, but do get outside into the parks and recreational areas to get some fresh air during this COVID-19 continual, system that we're under right now. For everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. You have a great Saturday. We'll be back bright and early on Sunday morning.